Today I'm going to talk to you about units of length and how we use units of length to calculate the perimeter. So let's talk about the units of length that we use. We start off with the smallest unit of length which we usually use, which is millimetres. Then we move on to centimetres, metres and kilometres. And obviously, depending on if we're measuring something very, very small, we'd use millimetres. If we were measuring something, say a credit card, we would use centimetres. Metres, probably if we're measuring the length of a room, and kilometres if we're measuring a distance from town A to town B. And the question is, how do we convert between each of these units? They're all metric units, so they're all conversions by powers of 10. So to convert from millimetres to centimetres, we divide by 10. To convert from centimetres to metres, we divide by 100. And to convert from metres to kilometres, we divide by 1000. Likewise, if we need to go in the opposite direction, if we need to convert kilometres back into metres, we're going to multiply our answer by 1000. Converting metres to centimetres, we're going to multiply by 100. And converting centimetres to millimetres, we're going to times by 10. So, for example, let's suppose I wanted to convert 0.56 kilometres into metres. I'm going to go over and look at my chart and I'm going to say to convert kilometres to metres, I need to multiply my answer by 1000. So all I've got to do is 0.56 multiplied by 1000, which gives me 560 metres. So we can say that 0.56 kilometres is equivalent to 560 metres. And we could convert many other measurements as long as we're following the chart. Now let's talk about a use for this. A use for this is finding the perimeter of a shape. Perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape. So for example, if I had a rectangle and I needed to work out its perimeter, as long as we had some measurements, let's make some measurements up. Let's say 5 centimetres, 6 centimetres, which means because of the rectangle properties, that side is also 5 centimetres and this side is also 6 centimetres. Suppose I use P for perimeter, we can say the perimeter is 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6, or you could say 2 lots of 5 plus 2 lots of 6, depending on how you'd like to work that out. And we could say that's 10 plus the 12, which tells us it's 22 centimetres. And don't forget to put your units in there. And I'm going to clear some space and we'll do some more perimeter questions. So I've got a problem here where there's a rectangle and I've been given the perimeter this time. So the perimeter we've been told is 16 metres all the way around the outside of this shape. We've been told the length of the rectangle is 4.5 metres and the width is unknown. So we need to find out what the width is. So the first thing we need to do is identify that this is a rectangle, which means 2 lots of this plus 2 lots of this will give us the perimeter. You'll probably know this formula, 2 lots of the length plus the width gives us the perimeter. You don't have to use this formula, you can easily just add together these two, 9 plus 2w, which would give you the same answer. Well, let's go. Well, we know that the perimeter is 16, so we're going to put this equation equal to 16 as we've been given that information. And then I'm going to substitute in the information given. Well, I've got 4.5, so 2 lots of 4.5 plus w, and then I just need to expand the brackets, which gives me 9 plus the 2w, which is what I would have ended up with had I have just added up all the sides around. Now I need to solve this. Well, 16 subtract the 9 gives me 7. So 7 is equal to 2w. And then to solve this, I need to divide 2w by 2, which means I need to divide the 7 by the 2. So 7 divided by the 2 will give me w, meaning that w is 3.5. 3.5 metres. Okay, so our width for our rectangle is 3.5 metres. Now we can check that that works. If I put 3.5 metres in here, I need to check that when I add all the way round, I actually get back to 16. Well, 4.5 plus the 3.5 is 8, and obviously I've got that again, twice that, so it does, twice 8 is 16. So it works, and that's everything you need to know about perimeter.